Okay, folks, Dave Wiley down here in the pits outside the Tech Building at Gresham Motorsports Park for Garage Talk. And I'm joined once again by sort of like James Brown, the hardest working man in racing, I guess. Driver of the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Dodge Charger for Penske Racing. And, of course, that's Kurt Busch. And, Kurt, we always appreciate the time that you've given us.
Oh, no problem at all. It's good to talk with you and see you again. We're down here making more laps.
I'll tell you what, you are making some laps today. The first run that I saw you do, it seemed like it was about 75 or 80 laps, and that just shows how badly you want to win, as far as I'm concerned, that you're coming down here and working. You've had an up and down year. We talked with you right after Daytona, which was sort of a dream weekend for you. You're still number 8 in the points. You're third in the money, by the way. But you've had a little bit of an up and down thing over the last few races. Tell us about that, and how does that feel? It's sort of like a baseball season, though, isn't it? It's a long year.
Oh, it is. It is, and you're always working on things, whether it's team personnel or different changes with the car. And right now, I feel like we're a little slow on the long runs. When we get into those, 100-lap runs at short tracks or those 60-lap runs at some of the bigger tracks, that's where we're struggling. So today we've burned up 9 sets of tires, 80-lap runs each, and we're just out here flogging away trying to find something that'll help our car maintain pace over a long run.
I got you. Well, you're heading up here to Dover now, the Monster Mile, and tell us, describe what driving at Dover, driving the Monster Mile is like.
Oh, it's one of those fun tracks where you jump down into the corner and there's so much banking, and you're fighting the steering wheel all on the corner exit. Whether you're tight or whether you're loose, that outside wall comes up quick when you jump up back onto the straightaway. So a cool racetrack with the concrete. It fills in as the race goes on. It gets rubbered in, and it's real hard to get a hold of at the last part of the race.
So it's almost like qualifying the whole time, isn't it?
You're on that ragged edge, that's for sure. You're really challenged by Dover physically and mentally, but you're just out there racing, and you can choose the high lane if you want, but I still think the low lane is the place to be.
I got you. Well, that's fantastic. Learning the little nuances of these tracks is something that the fans always like to know about, and the Monster Mile is famous for those nuances, and we appreciate you telling us about them. I know you're working really hard today, and you've just run an enormous amount of laps, but I wanted to ask you one more thing that in the other 3 times that we've talked, I haven't ever asked you about. Do you mind just talking a little bit about your foundation for a second?
Oh, sure. We're doing a lot of things with the Kurt Busch Foundation, and originally based around children's athletics and sports education programs. Now we're heading more towards the military and helping military families in need. So with the Armed Forces Foundation, we're teamed up this year to raffle off a brand new Dodge Charger. It's got a special paint scheme on it that reminds you of the 22 car, so it's red and yellow. And the proceeds of that will help our military families. So we're serving those who serve, and it's been great to meet with military members, whether it's Fort Bragg, Fort Campbell, Quantico. I've been all over. So it's neat to try to put a smile on their face and thank them for what they do for our country.
Well, absolutely, and as we know over the last few weeks, we really need to thank them for everything that they do for us. Well, I'll tell you, man, you've always given us a lot of time. We're very appreciative of that fact, and I tell you, folks, just like I said in the opening, he's the James Brown of racing. He's run 700 and something laps today out here, and getting the car right for up there at Dover and beyond, and getting the crew right, and tell us about that. Just, sometimes the frustration will bubble up, and you just have to buckle down, don't you?
That's it. I mean, there's the times and places for things, and right now it's not that it's because we're having hard times. It's just that we've got to go out here and make laps. And, saying things on the radio is one spot, but actually getting out here and doing something about it afterwards, that's what we're doing here today, running a bunch of laps.
Well, listen, we appreciate your time today. Dave Wiley down here in the pits at Gresham Motorsports Park for Garage Talk with Penske Racing's Kurt Busch.